love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today. John joins us on the line from Buford. Good morning, John. Welcome to the Money Matters. What's going on? How can I help?
As I mentioned to your screener, I've got an investment vehicle. It's through a large insurance company. At the end of the day, it's tied to the S&P. It's going to mature fully in August. Had it for 5 years. It's grown quite nicely, but at the end of the day, if you had that, it's what they call a B structured security vehicle. And I guess the question is, what are my options when that thing matures, or should I just do it all over again?
Well, is it inside an IRA or a non-IRA account?
Yeah, it's IRA. It's IRA.
It's inside an IRA, so you can change it without any tax consequences, obviously, which is great. I guess my question here is that I go back to it sounds like this is an annuity, right? That's somewhat tied to the S&P 500, right?
Correct.
How much did you put in it, and how much is it worth today? Just approximately.
5 years ago, I put in just under 50, and it's about 82 grand.
Okay.
It's a small piece of my total portfolio, but I want to do something with it.
And are there restrictions? So this is interesting. So it only has about a 5-year restriction to it?
Yes.
And you're ready to go. Well, it sounds like you are. Now, is this a variable annuity or some sort of equity index annuity? Do you remember?
I don't. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Sounds a little bit like a variable annuity to me, but it's
probably.
It's hard to tell exactly, but it sounds like it's been similar to the S&P 500. I mean, over the last 5 years, S&P 500 is up about 70 or about 80%. You're up at about 65, which is it's basically tracked the market with a little bit of a lag, so it's done pretty well. I think that I go back to, if it's inside an IRA, it's just another investment vehicle. When you have a variable annuity like this, and you've got a bunch of choices, S&P 500, the international index, a bond index, it's a lot like just a 401k plan where you can choose your own options. The question typically is there some sort of income benefit that you can enact for the rest of your life? How old are you?
65.
All right, 65. Time to. So, and are you about ready?
Yep.
Well, you've got what you said, about a year to 50, about a year and a half to retirement.
August 2018.
Wow, it's coming up. How exciting is that, by the way, John?
Actually, it's kind of scary.
It is scary, isn't it? So I guess my question is that out of the other assets that you have, this makes up what percentage? Is this 10% of the family pie, or is this a big chunk of it?
Probably about 13%
of the overall.
Yeah.
Which means that for you, well, that's pretty specific. So you've got about $700,000 of money invested elsewhere, right? Here's my thought, John, is that when you're in a product that is a lot like a mutual fund, part of the conversation we're having today, right now, we're talking about these active funds versus passive funds. In qualification, what you're using right now, an annuity from a big German insurance company, AXA, Allianz, Prudential is obviously from the United States, but most of these companies are providing you with just another investment vehicle that has a lot of cost to it. Doesn't mean it's a bad investment vehicle, and to your point here, this has grown pretty nicely. It sounds like it's in an S&P 500 like fund. The S&P's up 80%, you're up 65%. So it's done pretty well over the last 5 years, like it should have if it's tied to the market. The problem that a lot of these variable annuities have is that they are really expensive. They cost 2 to 3, sometimes even 4% a year. So I'm not against all of these investment products because they have their own merit, and sometimes there is a benefit to owning an annuity for a particular person in a particular situation that might make a little bit of sense. However, if John, you're telling me, hey, Wes, I want a balanced approach. I want this to produce income. And there are other vehicles that you can own, and there obviously are through lower cost ETFs that don't cost you 2 or 3% a year, then I'd say that you can look at something that is a lot more efficient, that's running a much cleaner race than having an annuity that's tied to the S&P 500 that costs you 3% a year. There's no reason for that.
Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.